Go. Let's go.
Hello everybody, it's Quan and I'm back with another video. Now this video's topic, is going to be basically a flip on certain people's topics that I've seen out there, and it's concerning Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, but not for the reasons that you think. Now, it seems that Mr. Hideki Kamiya says that the porting of, Bayonetta to the Wii U, it seems like something that could be possibly, something that they'd be capable of doing with ample time in order to make the launch before the launch window of Bayonetta 2. Okay, that's good, but it leads me to a question here. How many games have you seen released on other platforms that were done multi-plat or that were migrated to other platforms that you've seen the sequels to that you would like to see the prequel put out for? Or missing games within a series, be it a trilogy or whatever, or a whole entire series that you would like to see brought out. Okay? Now, one fine example of this would be, even though a lot of people argue it's a poor game, but it makes for a good argument, look at the Fable series. Okay? Fable 1 was released on PC. Fable 2 was not. Fable 3 was. For those who like, consistency as far as like collecting games and whatever, be it on Steam or whatever platform, does anybody else find that a bit odd? I mean, also considering the fact that, is there some type of console exclusivity deal that we're not made aware of? Or could they possibly release that game onto the PC with no problem? All right. Remember that whole entire situation concerning Tales of Symphonia, and then it migrated back and forth, between the Sony camp and the Nintendo camp. What's to stop them from bringing, because it's already been on Nintendo consoles, bringing the HD collection over to the Wii U? Okay. In the case of multi-plat re-releases and etc. and whatnot, there's a lot of multi-plats that I've seen that could have benefited from being put on the next gen consoles. Wii U, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, that seem to remain current gen only. Grand Theft Auto 5 is guilty of that. What I'm basically saying is, why is it that a lot of these people that produce these games, be they, the publishers, the developers, etc. and whatnot, choose to kind of like restrict, the market in which they share their games? The only way I could see this being done is if it's a first party game. Of course, you're not going to want to see your first party IPs put on the competition, which is why, for example, Nintendo's not fond of any type of pirating of their ROMs, for example, because they don't want to emulate or develop for, let's say, Xbox One in the form of an app, and then all of a sudden people are playing, a lot of the virtual console games on Xbox One without paying a dime. Nobody would want to see that. You know what I'm saying? The Gaikai service that you see for PlayStation, that they're going to be more likely than not putting out the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 games on. I'm very sure they would not want to see a lot of their exclusives and a lot of the third-party games that they had released originally on their console being released with that original setup on someone else's console. Nobody would like to see a cracked or hacked Wii U being able to play PS1 games. You know what I'm saying? From the Sony camp. They wouldn't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I wanted to bring about, So for the consumer to think it's up to them to bring these things over, nah, dude, it's not up to you. I'm saying that we need to kind of like get the developers to get on the ball and bring the multiplats over to the degree that they should. You know what I'm saying? No matter what console you own. You know? If you own PC, you should be able to play Fables 1, 2, and 3. Not Fables 1, 3, and what the, you know? None of that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to play your full series without having to sit up here and say, okay, since I couldn't buy it, I'm going to torrent it. And I'm not saying this as a jab towards anybody. I'm just saying that to developers and to the publishers, you guys are shooting yourself in the foot, you know, with a potential income opportunity. Okay? In the case of Bayonetta, unless there's some type of exclusivity agreement, which I doubt, because Bayonetta, if I'm not mistaken, was on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, right? So there shouldn't be no exclusivity deal preventing it from being on the Wii U. I say make it happen, Nintendo. Microsoft. Fable 2 may have sucked, according to a ton of people. But here's the thing, I don't own an Xbox. I would love to be able to play it on PC just for to have the completeness of the story. And that's just one game out of I don't know how many. Okay? And now that you got Rare, there's a lot of Rare titles that you could put out in a similar fashion to what Sega does with their Sega Classics and put them out on Steam under the Games for Windows logo. For a lot of people that don't want to buy the Xbox, you can increase your revenue like that. You know what I'm saying? It's your IPs now. You might as well put them to use and make them work for you. Okay? And as far as all the old multiplats and whatever, like I said, they need to be revived. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that, you know, once, you know, a series has found itself fragmented, that it should remain as such, or should it be brought in its entirety to whatever new platform it finds itself on? Sound off below. Like, dislike, comment or not, do what you will, but keep the drama out of here. And as I always say, people, whatever's clever.